Hi, welcome to How to Kill a Kit with Style, August 2019. Today, the picture that I'll be scrapping is that one right there, my granddaughter eating an ice cream. And I will be using a sketch, the bottom one on the right, and it's for Mercy Tierra's 27-day challenge. And it's for their summer inspiration challenge. I think there's like 6, maybe, sketches that you can pick from if you want to do sketches. There's quite a few challenges. Sketches is not the only challenge, but I'm going to be using that one today. And tomorrow there'll be an upload of me doing my other granddaughter eating ice cream the same day and time. The layout shows 3 pieces of paper, and I picked 3. Well, I end up picking 3 out of my kit to make the layout, and I want the ice cream to show up, so it's going to be on top, and then the other 2 layered. The one on the bottom has little plus signs, and it's really cute. And on the edge of that, it's 3 pieces of paper because I've zoomed in like 500 times zoomed in or something on the sketch, and it is a piece of paper sticking out on each side. I thought at first maybe it was a punch and was like some sort of different scallop, and I was kind of curious as what punch she actually used. And this is a Laura Whitaker sketch, and I'm gonna gut this right here because that's adorable paper, and I'm getting low on what I can use in this kit, so I definitely want to save my favorites. I like the back of that paper, but I wanted to use the ice cream. And the reason I'm doing these 2 pictures separately is because one layout's going to go in one granddaughter's album and one in another. I'm making them each an album. It's going to be like a kind of through the years album for them. And the page that I have in my book, in my album, has both pictures together on it. And that's where I use the T-square ruler to make sure I got that straight across, and only used part of the 6x6 paper pad. And behind the picture in the sketch shows some mixed media, and really all it looks like is probably paint. So that's why I'm using paint. And these paints came from Michael's, probably 5 years ago, maybe longer. And it was like $5. It wasn't very expensive. But it's a really pretty paint set. It shimmers. You can tell on the video even that it is shimmery. And this is a very pale mint color, and I thought it'd go really good with the layout. And I'm checking to make sure it's covering on all the edges, but I will end up, since I add to this, adding a little more paint before I get done. And the picture shows, the sketch in the picture right there shows 2 pictures, and I'm only using 1. And it does show mounted on what looks like cardstock, so I am going to mount this on cardstock. And right then I thought, it does show a heart also. And so I'm going to use the inside of that photo mat right there and draw me a heart and cut it out. I do have dies for hearts, but I wanted a little bit wonky one because the sketch kind of shows a taller, skinnier one. So I thought, I can draw one and cut it out. You will see lots of trimming, and it didn't go quite as I planned, but in the end it works out. And I'm just going to mount the picture right over the hole so you can't even tell that it was there. And right now, this is when I think, I think I would like to use some vellum too. So I am going to get a piece of vellum out in a minute and use it with that heart. There it is. And you can tell it's a little bit smaller than the heart, so it's going to work out pretty good. And I had this other piece of vellum in my stash, and it's already got the center cut out. I believe it's the center you see over there on top of the heart, because I was debating on using it on a layout before, and I thought it might actually fit. So I did have to trim the photo mat that's right under there a little bit to get it to fit, but it worked well. And here I didn't fold this very tightly because I didn't want a crease in the center. But I should have, because it would have worked out a lot better, because you can't even tell well, you can look at it down there at the bottom, and I didn't go all the way to the bottom apparently. And so I'm having to do quite a bit of trimming on here. And I want it to nestle down in with the other one, so I've got to get the angles and stuff pretty much the same for it to do it. But I should have went ahead and folded, creased it in the center, and I probably would have came out with a lot better heart, because I'm going to stitch down through the center anyway. You're not going to see most of the crease if it was there anyhow. But yeah, still trimming on this. Still trying to make it look like I wanted it to look. And eventually it will. I am satisfied in the end. And I'm going to get out my, see all those scraps? That was quite a few. This is a close to my heart pad, and it's small, and I keep it there for smaller things instead of getting the big one out. And all I'm doing is poking holes straight down the middle. And like I said, if I'd folded it, I would have had that crease to poke, so I had to pay attention and make sure I got that done nice and even. But since it's a small area of stitching, it does not take long to go on with a back stitch through it. And when I get to the end, I'm going to bring my needle back through that hole, the last hole, because I was thinking I want some of the string to hang down off the bottom of my heart. But by the time I get done with my layout, I put stuff on top of it. You can't see it anyway. So that extra stitch was for naught. I didn't need it. But yeah, that's where I go back in right there. And I don't leave too much of a tail on there, but I did leave some. And I threw some glue on the last stitch too to help it stay in place. And that works really well when you want just the last stitch to stay. And here I'm bending my heart. See, I should have bent it to start with. And I'm putting my cluster pictures, my layered picture. Yeah, that's it, layered picture down. And I'm going to put my heart down too. And I'm going to scoot it under the edge of that picture. And yeah, I'm going to have to get my little Cricut tool out in a minute and go under the edge, because I must have got too close to the edge when I put that on there. I try not to, but sometimes, it happens. And I'm going to put my title on here. Oh, not yet. I don't guess I'm putting my title yet. I am looking for something else. Oh, I'm going to do the tag first. And my first idea was to just cut right along beside the hole. See where the hole is on the top? I thought, well, I'll cut along there and make my tag using the hole that's already there, and I won't have to punch one. Well, it looks way too tiny. I am not happy with it. See how little that looks. And I thought I needed a bigger one, so I got me another piece out and got just a little bit too big. And finally, it's just right. Only my hole's not going to be. I know better than to punch a hole without making a pencil mark first where I want it, because I never can seem to get it in the right spot. I did fold it in half and did put a little bit of crease there so I'd be sure and get the middle. But yeah, see how high it is? I'm going to put my reinforcer over the top of that. And I'm going to move my reinforcer down just a little bit. And I didn't realize it, but I did go out of camera when I punched it again. But you'll see me pick that punch up, yeah. And I punched it again right where the hole is on the reinforcer so that it would be correct on the tag. And I'm going to, yeah, I had to scoot underneath there again and put the tag in. And I'm going to put some twine on there too. Yeah, I'm going to put some mint green twine. And when I first put it in, I'm thinking I'm just going to have the loop go through and to leave my tag hanging. But then I happened to glance over at the sketch and it had a bow, and I thought, I think a bow would look cute. So I go ahead and make the bow. And I will end up doing it before the pictures are taken at the end, because it looks so loose that way that I decided that I need to just redo it again and make it tighter. And these came from that bowl of stuff that I put in my kit to start with. And it's odds and ends. It was in the bowl on my desk. I didn't put everything in there because, that would have been quite a bit to put in my kit. But I did put a handful of things that I thought would go. And that half a doily was one thing. And these labels are another. And that yellow, well, both of them have been in my bowl for a little while. But the yellow one's a little bit wrinkled. And you'll see that in the close-ups, but it'll be fine once it gets in the page protector. And I'm trying to arrange it with the other label to make sure I have enough room for the letters. And there is a word on that yellow label. It is hard to see, but it's noted. And so I wanted my letters, the foam letters, to be setting just right below that so the noted would show. And yeah, I did have to do a little arranging to make sure I got that right. And it's going to say, here's the scoop. And I wanted to put a colon beside scoop, but, all there was the dots for the I in there. And I didn't want to use them. And I just decided that later I'm going to cut a Z down before I take the pictures. It's not in the video. And I cut a Z down and make a little dash right there because here's a scoop, and then over on the heart I'm going to put the rest of the title, and it's going to be I Love Ice Cream. And I was tempted to put with this, especially ice cream with sprinkles, because she does love to have sprinkles on her ice cream, but I decided that I'd let her put some journaling on here herself, and she can write that she likes sprinkles. And I think I'm pretty much done with my layout, except for my sprinkles. Oh, I'm going to have to put that piece on there. I wasn't as close as I thought I was. And I'm adding foam tape behind it to add dimension. The only one of those little clusters of, I guess they're pinwheels on the paper, that don't have dimension is the one in the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, and the ice cream. I had to add an extra ice cream on here too. But I'm going to get some sprinkles out. They're by Pebbles. And I think they came with my Hooray collection. I think that was Pebbles. I'm not 100% sure. But I have it in my Iris container that has birthday things. And I started thinking when I did the other layout, like I said, I did it first. And then I did this one, and it had a bigger ice cream, so I was able to use the sprinkles on the ice cream. And it'll be up tomorrow. And I hope you come back and see it tomorrow. Oh, here is where I add an exclamation point to this I Love Ice Cream. But I will go back and add a dash past the scoop, so those little sprinkles will get moved around. But that is my layout, and it's for a challenge for Mercy Tierra's 27-day challenge group. And it's there's like 6 sketches to choose from. If you wanted to join the challenge, you wouldn't necessarily have to do this sketch. Plus, there's other challenges in there, and they're open till September 2nd, so you still have time to get in there and join in. But if you leave a comment below, I'll be sure to respond. I love the interaction of the comment section on YouTube. And if you like the video, if you please hit a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. But thank you all so much for watching. And I hope you all have a happy, scrappy week. Bye!